If part of you really wants to stop using, but the other part of you is absolutely terrified of who you'll be without drugs, then this episode is for you. Because I genuinely thought sobriety meant that I was just going to lose myself and lose my personality and just become boring, basically. I think the thing with drug taking as well, for me in particular, I used drugs for confidence. I had such severe social anxiety. I couldn't go anywhere without substances. I needed substances to hang out with. Who my closest friends, I couldn't do it without using. I felt one-to-one conversations were so intimate and so intense. My whole body would sweat. I would feel my face go so red. I would analyze every single word that would come out of my mouth. And using Ket especially, Ket just took that anxiety away. So to experience life without that was fucking terrifying, even though Ket was the thing that was absolutely destroying me, making me suicidal, physically in severe pain. But I was so scared of, I just didn't know who I was. I just didn't have a clue who I was at all. I didn't know what fun was without being high. From the age of 11 onwards, my whole going out and having fun was surrounded by drink and drugs. So how the hell am I meant to have fun without getting high or pissed? Do you know what I mean? I just didn't understand it. My weekends as well, because I worked Monday to Friday, even though obviously at the end of my using, I was using every day, but still that Friday feeling, going out, all my friends would be the same. It's like losing that. What the hell am I meant to be doing if everybody else is not going to stop using and I need to stop? If you need to stop, right? And none of your friends are stopping because they may not be as bad as you. What the hell are you going to do at the weekends? So it's fucking terrifying, especially when you're like in your 20s or in your 30s, when going out is still a thing. You may not have kids. You may not be at that stage where you've got kids and stuff to look after, and it's just going out is like part of life. It's part of our British fucking culture to go out every fucking weekend. So it's like, who the hell are you going to be? But the matter of fact is, you've got to remind yourself that yes, all that stuff is fucking terrifying, but what you're currently doing to yourself and what you're currently in is fucking way worse, because you are slowly killing yourself. I was in so much pain and so much mental, emotional, physical pain that I could not carry on doing what I feared losing. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't keep up with everybody because of my bladder and all of that stuff. So I had to make a change. And if you're watching this, you are probably in that situation where you're having to make a change because you just can't carry on. So you have to weigh it up. You either stay in this fucking shit show that you're currently in, or you make the fucking change. And I promise you now, from experience, your life isn't going to get boring. It's just going to open up a whole thing. Because when I look back at, yes, I was going out, and yes, my whole personality was fucking partying and raving and all that stuff. But I could be in that room with about a load of people and feel so alone. I was so alone. Even though I was surrounded by people, I was just so alone. And that anxiety, that confidence, all of that stuff that drugs used to give me was just gone. So when you're at that point, there has to be another way. I think, especially partying, I think I have to obviously speak about my own experience. And I think I relate to a lot of young people when it comes to my recovery journey. And it's because how much I love raving and how much I love going out. And I think as well with ketamine addiction, is for getting fucking younger and younger. And you're probably just going to be like, I don't want to lose that side of me. And I, for one, want to tell you that you aren't going to lose that. You just need to get clean, get sober, do a bit of internal work on yourself, and then you can start doing that stuff, but in a safe way. So, music for me is everything. So, I made sure I went to a meeting every fucking day for 90 days. I started my step work, I started that internal work. And when I did decide to go out, I went with somebody that I knew would never put me in a situation. And then I didn't go out for a few months. It's not that your raving days or partying days just disappears, it just changes. I'm not out every single weekend, but I do go to nights every so often. And when I go to those nights, I'm with people in recovery, or I'm with people that are outside of recovery, but I know that would never, ever, ever put me in a situation and wouldn't judge me if I decided to leave, would make sure I'm home safe. You've got to be with the right people to do this, but you have to be strong in your mind. And by being strong in your mind, to get to that point, you have to do the work before it. So, what I'm trying to say is, you will not lose yourself in recovery. You will really, well and truly. That's another thing. It's not just the raving that I've made sure I've kept and I haven't lost. I myself have gone from somebody who was so socially anxious, who couldn't have a conversation without being on something, to now I'm always having conversations with people. I don't need drugs. Still have social anxiety. I still have times where I'm like, fuck, this is really intense. But I just push myself through it. And I experience that anxiety now. I experience that awkward feeling. But I see it as like, I want to experience these things. I want to have conversations with people. I want to learn from people. I've learned so much from recovery. I've learned so much about myself in recovery. I've met myself in recovery. I've gone from the shell of a person that needed substances to get through the fucking day to somebody that can do talks in my work in front of 50 people, to doing YouTube videos, to doing main shares in recovery rooms, to setting up meetings, to setting up a fellowship. Do you know what I mean? I've done so much in my recovery that I would never have done if I was still using. Drugs did not give me my personality, they just muted me. I felt like I was really eccentric and just fucking mental on drugs. But the reality was is that it just completely really it muted my personality. I was fucking getting out of my fucking head. Do you know what I mean? How can I be this wild child, crazy person if I've absolutely in a K-hole somewhere? Do you know what I mean? Whereas now I'm that person that I was originally. Some days I'm really up there, wild, and then there's some days where I'm a bit introverted, but I don't mind those days either. I've learned to love both parts of my personality, the introvert and the extrovert. So just, I think if you're scared of being, but I think the thing is, like, what can I say here? If you're scared of being sober, right, and you're worried of what life may, maybe try one weekend, try not to use, and try and do something that you used to love before addiction took over. Did you like going for walks? Did you like going to the gym? Did you like doing crafts? Did you like painting? Just try and do something that you actually enjoyed before addiction took over you, and spend that time not using and just doing that, and see how you feel afterwards. I'm not here to say stop using or anything like that, but just try and pick something up that you used to love before the addiction took over, and see how you feel whilst doing that. I need you to know as well, you're not going to be becoming somebody brand new. You're not changing your whole personality. You're not changing who you are as a person. You're just like, it's like you're coming home to yourself. I feel like I've come home to myself in recovery. I feel like I'm constantly learning more about myself. This is not an end game or anything like that. There's no end game, but I feel like I'm starting to more love myself and want more for myself. And I just don't feel like you'll lose sight of the person you are at all. You'll just gain more knowledge about yourself, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So please, please, please don't be scared about recovery or losing yourself, because I, for one, will tell you, you ain't going to lose yourself at all. But please, I'm going to leave it there, but please hit subscribe and comment below, and I'll comment back. Share my episode, that'll be amazing as well. This is Still Addicted, and I'm Isra.